Hello everyone, Myzzrym here, bringing you the second game between IG and TongFu. In the first game, IG winning against TongFu, very slow game and very meticulous game, not like those games we see from Eastern Europe where aggression is really high, and you take those early kills, the early towers, and you establish the map control from this. Here, Invictus Gaming playing against TongFu, it was a very slow process, 40-minute game, only 33 kills. And if we take a look at the goal graph and the experience graph, we don't see a lot of this roller coaster, pattern like we sometimes see in the European or North American game, where aggression is really coming out left and right. Here, the goal graph and the experience graph was going from 0 to maximum in a slate, slope. So that means in the straight slope. So IG getting the advantage in the early game, and then capitalizing on this, and slowly smoldering TongFu. And TongFu even tried to trade some towers to have some more time to farm up and try to stand up against IG later on when they saw that they were really far. They were not so far behind, but they knew that team fight wise they couldn't fight and they couldn't defend the towers. So they tried to slow down the process and say, I'm giving you these towers, I'm going to try and farm up and fight later on, and it didn't work. TongFu ended up losing. So Darcy is going to get banned by TongFu, the Nagasaren is going to get banned by IG, and Nagasaren saw how powerful she could be in the Zenith versus World League game, but also we saw how ineffective she could be in the eHome versus LGD game, where eHome, I think it was eHome who picked the Nagasaren, but couldn't manage to get enough farm on her, and she ended up doing not so much, except for her ultimate. She used the ultimate, the team were trying to do something, and then not enough damage output coming out from eHome, and the team fight would just not go in their favor. So in this eHome versus LGD game, we saw Nagasaren not being that useful. The Panda is going to get banned by TongFu, as well as the Lycan from IG. Panda ban, not so common in these days as a first ban, in the first set of ban. This is because Panda, he's a very annoying hero, but teams have learned to play against him. And what he can do is basically he gets this blink dagger, he blinks in, stomp, and use the ultimate. And once he's in ultimate form, you don't really want to kill the Brewlings. It takes a lot of damage to kill the Brewlings, and plus that is damage you're not inflicting on other players, and you're focusing solely on the Brewlings, for example. So Brewlings deal pretty much a good amount of damage. The Fire Brewlings is very annoying. You can't really run away from him because he has max move speed, and he deals a big amount of damage still. It's not that extravagant, but it's still quite a good amount of damage output. And he has two good disables in the form of the Air Panda. The Cyclone lasts something like 6 seconds, and the Earth Panda has a stun. So very annoying the playing against the Panda, especially if you have an Enigma, because the Brewlings aren't affected by the Black Hole, so they can just run around ineffective. And the Strike is going to get banned by TongFu, and that means there are a lot of heroes right now who slips through the banning phase and who are really good. Which, for example, the Prophet, he's going to get banned, but that leaves the Chen open, that leaves the Shadow Demon open, and there are also a lot of other more classic heroes, like, I said the Chen, but that also means the Enchantress is here, if you want to counter the Chen. There's the Invokers, there's the Windrunner, there's the Broodmother, and we'll have to see what TongFu decides to go for. Now they're down one game, so the ball is on their camp, so they have to do something and win against IG. For those who didn't watch the first game, IG, TongFu, those two are very big Chinese teams, and TongFu actually, Hao, Awoke, and Kabu are all players from the former Chinese team Tailu, who competed in the first international. So all of those players here, so Chaos Knight, of course, I didn't mention Chaos Knight, but Chaos Knight, Queen of Pain, two heroes that are really appreciated in the Chinese competitive scene. And they're gonna pick the Chaos Knight over the Chen and the Invoker. So that leaves the Chen and the Invoker for IG. And we might see Ferrari going once again on this Invoker, as he really loves. In the first game, if Ferrari with this Invoker going Quas-Wex and really being annoying against this Chaos Knight with the Tornado EMP combo, because Chaos Knight has a very low mana pool, and he has very strong spells. But since he has low mana pool, Invoker's EMP, if it lands on Chaos Knight, he will be out of mana completely after one EMP. So Chaos Knight will have to be very careful about those Tornado EMP if that's what IG decides to go for. And we're gonna have Rebic and TA coming up from TongFu, so Two very new heroes are not that new now. Rubik is not this new anymore. TA also not considered as a very new hero, but both of them introduced in Dota 2 not so long ago. TA, again, we saw her picked quite a few times because of her burst damage and her very strong potential to assassinate targets, like her name implies, by getting this blink dagger and just blinking in, using the meld and burst damage, then following up with the right click damage from the disruption, and diffraction, sorry, not the disruption, the refraction. And usually that's pretty much lights out for anyone who gets caught off, like a Chen without any escape mechanism, because Templar Assassin can just follow the enemy with the help of her ultimate, which is a range trap that you can place anywhere in the 2000 AOE range, and you can, you can detonate the trap whenever you want. So it serves as a scouting ability. It also serves as the AOE slow. So TA, the problem is she has no hard disable, but Rubik and CK both being able to deal out those disables from the telekinesis and the chaos bolt. Morphling is going to get picked by IG, so Morphling, a very annoying hero to play against as well. A very good Morphling will be hard to bring down due to the morph, due to the waveform, and due to his ultimates. So that is somewhat like three different escape mechanisms. The morph strength is more like I'm gonna tank everything that you're gonna throw at me, and I'm gonna run away with this. The waveform is a semi-blink. It's like a blink. Basically, you go from point A to point B while dealing damage to everyone on the line, and you're invulnerable during this duration. And the ultimate, you just create the illusion of a one hero, an ally hero, or an enemy hero. And for the duration of the ultimate, so as long as the illusion is still alive, which is normally 45 seconds, I think, if it's timed down. After 45 seconds, the illusion disappears. But if he doesn't get killed before, Morphling has the ability to replace his place within the. Sorry about this. Morphling has the ability to teleport on his illusion and to destroy the illusion in the process. So if he knows he's in danger, what he will do is he will create an illusion, send the illusion in a safe place, and if ever he gets ganked, it's instant. You click R and poof, you appear on your illusion. So you're gonna get saved by this. And we see Enigma now banned by TongFu, and maybe we're gonna see a Venomancer ban also, because Venomancer, one of those very good hero against TA, the refraction from TA, it makes her immune against X stacks of damage, and the Venomancer damage over time, the poison, will take off all these refraction stacks in a very short amount of time. Whereas if you take someone, for example, like the Morphling, who just waveform in, a waveform will deal a lot of damage, 325 damage, but it will only deal one instance of damage. So that means TA won't feel anything about this. And same for any big time nuker like a Lina. For example, Lina will use her stun, that is one instance. The nuke, one instance. The ultimate, one instance. And after this, well, she's sitting pretty much empty-handed and ripe for getting killed by Templar Assassin. So Sand King also getting banned now by TongFu, so not banning the Venomancer. The Enigma and Sand King both very strong teamfight heroes. And if we take a look at the heroes right now, the Rubik and the Chaos Knight might be on the same lane. Rubik as a support hero. We rarely see the Chinese go for Rubik solo mid, and since we have the TA here, it's probably going to be TA mid against an Invoker. And I remember one game I casted here, I said TA would have the, would be normally, the Invoker would have the upper hand against the TA, but it ended up having TA, really getting more last hits than the Invoker, and I was pretty much surprised by this. So we'll have to see if it was just getting outplayed as a term of player, or if it was the picks. Venomancer now picked by TongFu, so not giving the Venomancer away from for IG, and IG banning the AA and the Shadow Shaman here. So AA, a very good hero against the Chen, because his ultimate prevents the enemy from healing. All instances of heal won't be able to do anything. So Chen, his ultimate will be useless. His mechanism will be useless if he gets touched, or if his ally get touched by the AA ultimate. And the Shadow Shaman, also a very annoying hero that can push down the towers very quickly with his ultimate. And overall, if you want to have like, for example, TA, she needs normally to have allies to, disable the enemy so she can stand there and deal the damage. If she has to run around, she's losing time dealing damage. And as a TA, you want to burst down an enemy as quickly as possible. You're not here to dish out the sustained damage like the morphling by right clicking all the time. You're here just to blink in, meld, deal like throw 2 or 3 swipes, and this should be enough. This should be enough to kill anyone. Shadow Shaman, a very good hero who can push and also nuke, and also he can disable for quite a long time with this Hex and his Shackles, so he's gonna get banned. And Shadow Demon now picked by IG, which is quite surprising. He came so late, but TongFu decided to go for and now Bounty Hunter gonna get picked by TongFu. So the lanes are probably going to be Bounty Hunter soloing, which we sometimes see. He used the Shadow Walk to get the experience without getting harassed, and try to get some last hits with the Jinada. But the problem with the Bounty Hunter doing this is, in one of the game I saw the enemy simply going for early Sentry Wards, putting on a single Sentry Wards, and the Bounty Hunter, if he's not 1v1, he wouldn't be able to do anything. And basically he was forced to roam around to somewhat, if I remember well, he was somewhat successful to this effect. So that means we have a Venomancer, Rebic, and Chaos Knight lane, which is isn't that the lane that they did in the first game? I think it is. Venomancer against Venomancer, Rebic, and the Chaos Knight against a solo Darkseer bottom. And next is gonna get picked by IG, so now it's going out of the book with the Bounty Hunter and an X. Bounty Hunter sometimes picked as not a hard carry, but he's going to do something like drums and team items, very cheap stat items, and stay around and really give the gold advantage with the track. And Lifestealer, though, the next not very often picked. It's one of the first time I see him, at least in this tournament. So Joe is going to play the Morphling on the hard carry. Ferrari is going to be playing the Invoker mid, probably as usual. Chuan is playing the Chen. Faith is on the Shadow Demon, and YOF on the Lifestealer. On the other hand, we have Hao playing the Chaos Knight, Mu on the TA, Kabu gonna be playing the Venomancer, Awoke on the Rebic, and that leaves Sensheng on the Bounty Hunter. Sensheng playing the Bounty Hunter quite often. I think I remember Sensheng playing the Bounty Hunter at least quite a lot. And if we take a look at TongFu's 5 most picked heroes, those are Queen of Pain, Venomancer, Windrunner, DK, and Bounty Hunter. So DK Dragon Knight, by the way, for those who don't know. And for IG, the 5 most picked heroes are Windrunner, Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, Venomancer, and Shadow Demon. And I'm quite concerned for Lifestealer right now because, or for Joe, because the first game, you remember, Hao was playing the anti-mage and he was soloing top lane against a tri-lane, and the anti-mage couldn't really do anything. This was because there was a CK and a bounty and an anti-mage. So the TongFu side decided to have the Venomancer and Rebic try to get kills with the CK, and they just sacrificed the Venomancer, the anti-mage for this. And I'm concerned because I fear that Joe might be in the same situation here if IG decide to go for aggressive tri-lane against aggressive tri-lane. But since it will be solo against solo top, apparently, Joe should be okay against the Bounty Hunter. He can stand on his own pretty fine 1 against 1 against the Bounty Hunter. He shouldn't even have the upper hand as a ranged hero. So we see a ward planted down here and another planted out here. So 2 of them, both teams are planting pretty defensive wards to see their own jungle and to see what might be coming in. And Chen is finally going to decide to go into his own jungle. So we'll have to see here. Ward placed down by the IG side, I guess. No, it's gonna be a ward from the. Yeah, it's gonna be from the IG side. So Face already taking a lot of damage, getting slowed from the poison. Awoke also getting a lot of damage here because of the double damage, and Awoke is going to go down before Face. So Face getting the first, Face getting the first blood. But now Venomancer trying to body block YOF. Mu is going to go back farming, and I was wrong. Apparently the CK is going to be solo lane against Ferrari, and that leaves the Templar Assassin on the bottom lane. So Sensheng is on the top lane against Joe. Nothing really surprising here. Sensheng dealing a bit of harassment with the Jinada and being very annoying after all, because he has these stout shield, so he's sitting pretty fine, taking the harass in the face. and how already taking a lot of damage against Ferrari, which is quite normal because Ferrari is a ranged hero and an Invoker nonetheless, so a lot of damage being able to come from the Invoker. And we're gonna have to take a look at Kabu. So Chen coming in the smoke, and Kabu knows this, and he's gonna run away. I don't really know if he saw the Chen coming in with... He saw the creep, but I don't know if he actually managed to pick a glimpse of the Chen here. So Chen is going to decide to go on the bottom lane instead, and Awoke is going to support the Chaos Knight. Now 437, Ferrari taking a lot of damage. The stun haven't landed yet, so Hao can stun if he wants to. 3 second stun! Oh, very lucky for Hao. And this is going to be all that is needed to bring down the Invoker in the mid lane. And on the meantime, Mu taking a bit of harassment here. He's probably going to go down here. He's getting slowed by the Lifestealer, and enough right click damage coming up from them. The Shadow Demon actually counters the... oh, now Kabu might be getting caught up here. Nope. Faith is going to decide against it. He has the boost of speed, so he could have caught up the Venomancer here, but he decides to go against it. And I was saying Faith on the Shadow Demon is a good counter to the Templar Assassin as well, because the refraction takes right now 4 instances of damage before going down, and the illusion will deal the damage. So since it creates 2 illusions that deal minor damage, they will still bring down the refraction stacks very quickly. And now we see Kabu and Awoke still running around in the jungle, not really knowing what to do. And YOF is farming pretty well here. He's sitting at 7 for 5, and Mu on the back foot sitting at 5 for 3. They might be looking for a dive. No, they're not going to. And instead, they're just going to get this camp to avoid having the TongFu side pulling up the camp. Hao now has the bottle, so he can harass a bit with his spells. Not gonna do a whole lot though. And let's take a look at the last hit deny. We see first is the Morphling and the Nyx here, the Lifestealer, and YF going very aggressively on Mu and taking a bit of damage here. So trading blows for blows, and now Ferrari again in a lot of trouble. 1 second stun only, but the help from Awoke is going to be just enough to bring down the Invoker, and that's 2 times already that Ferrari died in the mid lane. So farming wise, the Bounty Hunter really doing well in the top lane. I'm surprised here. 14 for 4, whereas the Morphling here is 15 for 16 now for 7. And Joe taking a decent amount of damage, but he has the bottle flying into him. Senching on the other hand, he also has the bottle. He's gonna fly the bottle up to him as well. So here is gonna be looking pretty fine. On the bottom lane, we have a Mu that's farming a bit less than the Lifestealer. And in the mid lane, it's pretty much even, but with the kill... oh, Mu is trying to catch Faith, and he's just going to do 1 right click. They're going to kill the chain creep. And now YF coming in as well, and Kabu is going to get jumped on. Faith taking a lot of damage here, but Kabu is almost dead. Kabu is going to die, but on the other hand, Faith is also going to fall. And it's 1 for 1 trade, so pretty much even here. Experience graph is showing that the Radiant right now have the advantage, and goal graph is saying the opposite. Well, the IG side have the advantage. So I'm quite surprised that IG don't have the experience advantage. I mean, the goal graph, the gold advantage I might understand. The goal graph is going for their way, so because they are farming better, at least on the Lifestealer, he's farming well. But on the experience graph, I would have thought that the jungle Chen would give them a bit of advantage in at least in the experience graph. But I must say, apparently I'm wrong, because Chen is spending his time trying to gank around, and he's not farming so well. He's only level 3. So let's take a look at the builds. We have Bounty Hunter going for 2-2-1, which is not so uncommon. Many Bounty Hunter just go for the level 2 on Shuriken Toss, going from 100 damage to 200 damage only, and then they just leave it alone, because the 3rd level only adds up 50 damage, and they level the Jinada instead, and then they go back and level the Shuriken Toss or the Shadow Walk, depending on what they want to do. So Joe again taking a bit of damage. He doesn't look very. He looks a bit in phase from this. It doesn't look like he does anything to this. And IG now Tron and Faith rotating on the top lane. They don't have any sentries or dust if they want to go on the bounty hunter. And teleport coming in mid, and Lifestealer now has the phase boots. He might be looking for the Chaos Knight here, but the Chaos Knight will be hard to bring down. And with this phase boots, he can pretty much kill any support right now, because he can dispel any slow with the rage, and he's going for 3 level into rage, so getting really this bonus duration for the invulnerability to magic and the attack bonus. He's not leveling the slow. The slow actually doesn't give you much except for more lifesteal when he levels it, and for reduced cooldown. Oh, Joe actually almost dying here, and he's gonna use his replicate to blink away. So as you can see, very hard to bring down a Morphling. And Invoker actually getting a kill on Rebic in the mid lane, so sorry I missed this. YOF using the slow and then going on the Rebic. Nothing really Rebic could do, except use 1 telekinesis and then die. We see IG still not sure of what they're going to do. Morphling is going to come back on the top lane, and he's going to go in on Sensheng very aggressively. So thankfully Chaos Knight had backed off, and it looks like he knew, or at least he supposed that it was the case. Otherwise, blinking in like this without any replicate on the side would have been suicidal. And Sensheng is going to see the Centaur here, and Dust is actually on the Shadow Demon, so we'll have to be careful. If Sensheng shows himself and he actually goes aggressively on Joe like he likes to do to harass, he might go down to this, and he's still sitting back. He's unsure of what to do, and he's teleporting back to the base. Meanwhile, we see Moo that's farming pretty confident on the bottom lane as well. Phase boots as well as a bottle with DD. Kabu is with a set of boots and 500 gold. Rebic is with boots and 1. And in the mid lane, Hao has boots, bottle, and 800 gold. Sensheng has boots, bottle, and also a Poorman shield. Now they're trying to push down this tower. WoWF is here with also the Racer, Magic Wand, and phase boots. So he already has 1k HP, so not gonna be that easy to bring down, especially with the rage. Level 4 rage now, so the stun is gonna land on YOF, and he's not going to be able to pop up the rage before he gets chain disabled. So a good kill on the Lifestealer. They needed this for TongFu. And I was saying the rage from the Nakes. So in the meantime, Faith and the other IG boys are going to push up this top tower, and Moo is still going on this bottom tower. So I was saying the Lifestealer can actually survive these spells by using the rage, but if you get disabled before you use it, you can't use it to break away from the stuns. Once you're stunned, it's over. Especially if you get chain stun, the rage isn't going to do anything. So Moo's still farming up. And now for level 4 refraction, level 2 meld, level 1 sideblade, and level 1 of trap. Putting down traps here to see who's coming in. And he has to be careful, the Invoker is around. And Invoker again going for the Quest Wex build. Cold Snap plus the Tornado. Joe here sitting on the top lane, still farming up 1.3k gold now. He's going for the waveform and the morph, which is pretty standard. He just bought the power treads, and Sensheng's gonna spot him, and he's gonna play a bit with the morphling. He has a regeneration bottle in the regeneration rune in the bottle anyway, and surprisingly, Bounty Hunter is going for level 3 of Shuriken Toss after level 2 of Jinada. So not very common this. I usually see either maxing out the Shuriken Toss with 1 point in Jinada, or maxing out Jinada with 2 points in Shuriken Toss, but going for 3-2. Okay, why not? So they're gonna cast Sensheng here, and the dust is gonna pop. He's gonna get chain disabled here, and the stomp is gonna come from the Centaur. Sensheng just getting killed, demolished, absolutely demolished here. But on the other hand, Shadow Demon also getting killed, and the Cavalry coming to the rescue. Now Ferrari's on the trouble. Moo is going to be able to land the last right click. No, he's gonna get teleported away. And on the other hand, we have the Chaos Knight here, who falls down to the combined help of Morphling and Lifestealer. and Cho taking a lot of damage, but he's not able to. Oh, actually, he is able to run away. Mu is not going to chase this one. He knows that even with the refraction up, if he goes into this, there's too many creeps attacking, and with so many creeps dealing damage, the refraction won't be able to help at all. So now TA has a 11 minutes blink dagger in. That's going to be a whole lot useful. And 6 for 6, gold graph, experience graph, going for experience graph, going for the dire and gold graphs as well. So IG again taking a bit of a lead. Invoker going for the phase boots and going straight for the push of the force staff and not the bracer before this, like in last game. Lifestealer, 1k gold, and probably going to look for a drum to boost up his movement speed and everything. Now we see Face, he's counter warring and he's going to be able to do so without much problem. What about the others? So OF, we saw this. The Chen is looking still pretty far away, 1.7k gold away from his mechanism, if that's what he wants to do, like usually all Chen players do. Morphling is using the power treads, and we have a Wraith Band on him, so probably going to go for the Ring of Quillia, because this is a good amount of armor and managed region that the Morphling always like, plus it gives additional damage. It's a very good island all around, and Shadow Demon's walking around with boots, regular boots, but sentry as well as dust, so it will be very hard to escape as a bounty hunter from this. Sencheng is going to look to get the Morphling, and he's taking a good amount of damage, but he's going to blink in, and he's going to use his ultimate to go away. So the waveform here was just to do some damage to the enemies before teleporting away. And on the Iridian side, we have Rubik with going for a Urn of Shadow. Now Templar Assassin has his Blink Dagger plus 400 gold. Venomancer going for the mechanism as well. And we see all these little wards getting planted down to slow down the push, and it's working very well. As you can see, all the creeps die, and that means the enemies either have to fight alone under the tower and take a lot of damage, or they have to back off. Morphling's going to teleport bottom to keep farming. Actually, no, Morphling's going to get disabled. So I think it was a shuriken toss, yes, from the bounty hunter. It's not, the purpose was not killing the Morphling, but disabling a teleport scroll like this is very annoying, because that means you cannot teleport here, and you have 60-second cooldown, and you just wasted 135 gold, plus the gold you actually lose from not getting here in time. So now he's just gonna have to walk up to the bottom lane, and that's a lot of time he loses on the farm. Rubik on the other hand is gonna walk away, use the safe the safe road.
Hand of God.
The Hand of God is gonna get popped. Oh, because YOS is actually getting KO on the top lane.
Now you exist on
So
less plane.
next here, getting killed again. Now Sencheng is out of trouble. He's gonna try to run away. The dust is gonna pop, and that means enough. That might be enough damage to bring down the bounty hunter. Yes, bounty hunter trying to run away. He's using everything in his belt, in his book, but the last shockwave from the satyr will bring down the bounty hunter. And in the meantime, we have the Chaos Knight who just teleported away. And Tornado is going to go top, and EMP as well. If you wonder how he managed to blink away, it's because normally your dagger gets disabled when you take damage, but the tornado damage is delayed. That means when you fall down the tornado, you can use one charge of magic wand, or you can use the blink dagger before receiving the damage, which is very, very important, because there are a lot of kills sometimes which are missed because of this mechanism. And Joe is going to run into Howl, but I doubt he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's just going to wait for him in the river. And now, again, fight happening in the mid lane. Sencheng getting all his mana drained away from the EMP. Such an annoying spell. 4 stars finished on the Invoker. And Morphling with still nothing new. Faith is sitting with nothing new as well. Lifestealer completed his drums. So more move speed for him. Senchua is going to get popped. Sencheng has to be careful. Oh, Sencheng! The disruptions popped, and now he's gonna get purged, slowed, and so much damage coming from all the burst. The Troll Catcher are already level 3, so this is 40% bonus damage. So bonus damage coming from the Chen with the Taste of Faith. 40% of 150 to 300, plus the waveform, plus everything. And now Awoke is gonna get jumped on. The Lifestealer already going in with the Rage, and Joe is just gonna seal the deal. TongFu Kabu is actually blinking in, as well as Mu, but everyone's taking a lot of damage now. Faith is getting pushed 4 steps away. Very good decision, and now he may be able to save Faith. Faith disrupting himself to buy a little bit of time. Kabu's gonna fall. Mu is gonna pick up the kill, but now he's in a lot of trouble, and he's gonna get caught off by the rest of the Radiant team, the Dire team. Actually, no, Hao coming back with the help of Sancheng, and everyone's running away for the Dire team as well. So 3 of them falling down for the price of, I think, 3 as well. The Bounty Hunter died, the Venomancer died, and the Rubik died. And did someone ended up buying back? I'm not so sure. It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. So I'm sorry if I actually missed something. Now Joe is actually gonna get jumped on, and he's morphing friend for a little life. He still have 800 HP, so he's gonna be fine. Sancheng on the other hand, he's not that lucky. He's gonna pop the dust, the Ghost Walk and Shadow Walk, and they have no dust, so he's gonna be okay. Taking still a very big amount of damage, trying to run away from this. TA now keep popping those traps, but there is a sentry ward here, so YF is going to destroy it. Chen is going back in the jungle, and he almost has his mechanism. Only 600 gold left. Mu farming 74 creep kills and 4 kills for 1, so doing very well with his TA. And he's gonna find a DD rune, so if he catch anyone alone, this is going to be a guaranteed kill. Except maybe the Morphling, who can just blink away. And more strength. Ferrari, he has the 4 staff, so he should be okay. And yeah, the courier flying a bit too far here. This is a bit dangerous. YF is gonna get his Orgle Club, so maybe he's gonna go for a BKB. And for those who wonder why you would go for a BKB, as like you know, you have Rage, so this is like a free BKB for 5 seconds. It's not gonna be enough. And now Joe is going to blink away, but a lot of damage coming up from Mu. So much damage from Mu. The DD really paying off here.
But it hides from the unworthy.
So actually, the Morphling going down very quickly. Doesn't have the time to morph, and even if he did have the time to morph, he took a hell amount of damage. And now YF is going to be jumped on. He's going to pop the raid preemptively to run away, and Mu still going on him. So Mu really aggressive here, and Hao is going to use the Phantasm here, and they're going to find out Faith, and Faith is going to get demolished, absolutely destroyed here. This is because Chaos Knight Illusion deal 100% damage, and Mu deal a whole amount of damage as well. Awoke's going to come in with the Arcane Boots, and there are enough Shadow to get some mana back to everyone. And this is the down tower for IG here. So Invoker, still no new items. Tron has the mechanism, 300 gold. YF, he's looking for the BKB. As I said, BKB gives a lot to Lifestealer. Even without the active, it gives strength that adds his HP. And we're gonna have to see. Mu is actually going to slow Tron, but not gonna do anything. Hao now running away from the EMP. He's gonna get hit in the face regardless. And now he is forced to use a ball of charge plus Awoke's arcane boots, or actually it was Kabu's arcane boots. And Kabu has the mechanism now, so they have a little bit of advantage here. Xuan is gonna come in from behind, and they're gonna find Hao taking a lot of damage, getting chain disabled, and he can't do anything right now, and he's even bugged. He can't move at all. Kabu taking a lot of damage, but popping his ultimate. Joe is getting telekinesis up, and he's gonna stun everyone. Hao coming back, so he actually bought back here. Mu, on the other hand, in the background, dealing ton of damage to all the support heroes, forcing Trans back. Mu still not dead, and his refraction shield is saving him. Bounty Hunter getting a kill, laughing very madly. And Hao again taking a lot of damage. He might fall down from this. No, he's running away. And Sancheng again getting a kill, double kill now. He might be able to pick up all the creeps here. And, well, who's the last one to die? Well, I think Shadow Demon just died as well. And they're gonna go on Joe, and they won this, they won the rampage. And Joe taking so much damage, the Shuriken's gonna pop, and it's gonna be Awoke with the last Fade Bolt that's gonna catch him out. So 5 for 1, it's... Yeah, 5 for 1 with the Reboy. So very good trade for the Radiant side. They're going to be pretty happy. And Invoker's trying to catch someone with the Tornado EMP, but not going to do a whole lot. Venomancer is just going to teleport away, and big teleport, because if he actually waited a few more seconds, the EMP would have hit him, and with the EMP that hit him in the face, that means no more mana. No more mana means no more teleport, and no more teleport means you have to run very quickly if you want to get out. And Gem is going to get bought on Venomancer, so they want to really get the map control, and you know, really take down the wards and the counter wards, even the central wards, to make sure that the bounty hunter can roam around without any problem. 5 charge on the Under Shadow, 1 staff of wizardry, so the Rebec's going for the 4 staff. Pretty much 100% sure of this. 3.3k gold on TA, so either she's going to go for BKB or she's going to go for the Desolator, or she could go for Maelstrom. Never mind. Never mind. I actually didn't expect this at all, but why not? So Myzzrym on the TA, and YOS with his whole entire team are going to look at the mid lane tower, and Awoke is going to steal the rage, so he's going to be a bit more survivable. Now Cho taking a bit of damage and getting pinned up in the air. Cho actually teleporting away, Bounty Hunter denying the tower, and How on the chase, trying to catch YF, but he has no mana. YF using the rage to teleport away, so he can teleport away without getting disabled here. He has a Singe, so he's not going to go for the BKB. He's going to go for Heaven Halberd instead, and it's not a bad choice considering we have the Chaos Knight against him and the TA against him. So Awoke using the rage here to
Dire's structures are fortified.
Chen sending back his ally, and the Tornado is gonna pop the EMP as well. He's not gonna hit anyone. Moo still looking for something, but he has to be careful. YF running in, and the trap is gonna land, slowing everyone for 5 seconds. It's a very long slow for those who don't know. Morphling trying to get his Yasha as quickly as possible, but he's quite broke right now. Invoker, nothing new. The Shadow Demon, nothing new. YF, nothing really new. And what about the Chen? Chen has Mechanism now, so
Haste.
he has the ultimate plus the Mechanism. He's going to be able to heal by a lot. Kabu now also going for the pipe, so he's going to be the full-on support of the team. Bounty Hunter, that's what I meant when I said that he was not going for the hard carry build. He is helping the team with items such as Vladimir offering, such as you know, Drum of Endurance, very cost-efficient items, and that's what we see in the Vladimir offering, is boosting his allies' armor and the damage, and also give a minor you know, lifesteal. But this is not really the interesting part, especially since the lifesteal doesn't work on the ranged heroes, and he has 3 ranged heroes with him. So Moo's still farming up. He's going to go for the Mjolnir, I guess, at least. And what's happening on the Dire side? On the other hand, Joe has a Yasha now. YF, he still has nothing new. The Invoker also still has nothing new. And Invoker now having 1 point in everything, a full point in Wax, so he also gonna have huge amount of Tornado is going to be very long. Lifestealer going for a Helm of Iron Wheel, so either is going for the Armlet of Morrigan, which is a very good item on the Lifestealer, or he's gonna go for a Helm of the Dominator, which I would find way more surprising. So Faith leveling up the Disruption and the Soul Catcher. So this is more what I'm used to see. Leveling only one level in Shadow Poison and maxing the Soul Catcher first, and then the Disruption to deal more damage and not stack up the Shadow Poison. Kabu Suncheng still sitting around, trying to bait someone maybe. And now we see Bounty Hunter going for 3 level in Jinada, 3 level in Shadow Walk, so apparently Jinada is not as good as I expected, because I was pretty much sure that you always wanted to go either for Shuriken Toss max first or Jinada max first. But Shadow Walk, why not? I mean, increase the duration by 5 seconds every time. It reduces the fade time, which is very important, and gives a bit of bonus damage when you come out of the Invis. Rubik went for the more disable-oriented build, Telekinesis and Fade Bolt instead of Fade Bolt and Null Field with 1 level in Telekinesis. Venomancer, level 4 in Plague Wars, which is not surprising considering all Venomancer do that almost all the time. The Venomous Gale level 3 and only 1 level in Poison Sting. TA, she's already level 14, so she's only lacking 1 level ultimate, and she used the courier to buy something, so it's gonna be a ultimate orb. So okay, so she's gonna stand with the Maelstrom and not finish it into a Mjolnir. And Awoke in the mid lane, he's gonna get disabled and killed. No real problem here. He's gonna throw a last Fade Bolt before dying. Getting caught up by the next, plus the Shadow Demon, plus the Chen. Very, very hard in my opinion. You can't really do anything except wait to die if you can't run away. So everyone's still farming up. Again, a pretty slow game. We see the kill count actually totaling 29 in 28 minutes of game, but still, it has this feeling where it's a very, very long game. And experience graph, gold graph is going to show, and gold and experience actually are going to show advantage to the Radiant.
Top tower is under attack.
Mostly due to the last few fights, 17 to 12 now, and the towers ticking down.
Dire's top tower.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers down for the Dire. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2 only for the Radiant. So they're gonna try and catch up some people in the back. Everyone's trying to TP. Morphling, you have to be careful. Oh, he's gonna be okay. Mu is actually blinking in on the creeps to kill them. So that is sometimes the Chen will have to go back in the jungle to farm up his own creeps.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
TongFu gear up towards Roshan, so it's a pretty dangerous move here because all 5 of them are actually up, and they actually have wards here, so it's going to be okay. They're going to be able to see if they're running past here, but they don't have any vision there. So the Roshan is going to go down, no question asked. No, it is Roshan not being able to do a whole lot against those adventurers. Joe still farming up in the jungle. Tron and Faith running around with pretty much no items. Chen going for that 4 staff. Ferrari, he has 1.6k gold. He might want to look to get a what do I want to say? Sorry. Oh yes, a sheepstick from the Voidstone, of course. Or it might be a Yule Scepter, which is more rare, but we sometimes see it as well. Especially, for example, when Dandy plays the Rubik, he goes for the Yule Scepter, and he also goes for the Sight of Vice afterwards. Joe forcing to teleport away, and he's not gonna get caught by Hao. Okay, so now Venomancer finishes Hood. And it's looking very well for the Radiant team with all this, team fight items coming in. And yeah, 30 minutes in, still nothing new. So again, we see a very, very slow-paced game. Not making a lot of mistakes, taking towers after towers meticulously, and being slow and steady. And in the end, we'll have to see if this will help them win the game, and this we'll have to see when we watch the second international. So Smoke's gonna get popped by the Dire side, and they were right to put down the central ward here, so they actually see what the if the enemy had a regular ward around. So Joe is going to do the bait, and I'm not sure they're gonna take the bait. So Bounty Hunter is sending an illusion. We'll have to see. And Gale's gonna fly, and Morphling's gonna get the tower. Now, the How is gonna come in, and a huge fight breaking in. The Venomancer is already going down. He didn't have the time to blink the ultimate. The Invoker plus the Chen actually goes down as well. Now YF on the run, and Faith as well is running away from Sansheng, And is this going to be enough? No, it's not going to be enough. YF using the rage and trying to get away, but blink. And this is a double kill from TA. Now Joe is the only one to get out alive from this, for the casualty of only a Venomancer. And even the Venomancer, no, even the Morphling is going to get caught up, and I'm not sure he will be able to you know, run away. So much damage coming in, and now Joe, no, you're dead. So now Bounty Hunter sitting with 4k gold, and you know, sometimes you might wonder where all this gold adventure comes from. Oh, Shadow Demon actually disconnecting, so oh, everyone's disconnecting from IG. Is this like a raid GG? That is pretty surprising. So yeah, TongFu is asking for GG and Joe actually says GG. So pretty well, I mean, it's not that well mannered, just dropping the game without saying GG or anything. So again, one poor display of Dota 2 sportsmanship with the levers and the you know, players being late. So well, we see IG losing to TongFu in the second round, and I hope to see you guys for the next round, and hopefully it will be a bit more, we'll see a better show of the display of sportsmanship than this game. And see you guys later. Bye.